Meet Mandy Gill, best-selling author, ultra-endurance athlete, seasoned broadcaster, and powerhouse keynote speaker. She's built one of the world's top behavior change apps and leads with one of the largest global datasets on resilience. From climbing Himalayan peaks to working with the U.S. Navy and top-performing teams worldwide, please join me in welcoming Mandy Gill to the stage.
And there's a lot of mountaineers that would stand on the stage and be like, I want to show you all of the great summiting photos. Unfortunately, this isn't one, because we're here to talk about setbacks. Regardless of the decisions that I made in this moment about high altitude, about decisions under pressure, and ultimately about making this a retour and not a complete retreat from this goal that I had. And so I realized that we do not control the way that everything is going to happen, but we do control the way that we show up. Because setbacks happen to all of us, our personal lives, our professional lives. But do we allow those setbacks to define us?
Mandy's keynote was absolutely amazing. It was about resiliency and ownership.
My favorite thing about Mandy's keynote was how she tied her adventures into what we wanted our SLC event to go through.
When you have to choose courage, you choose risk,
Yeah.
and you choose failure a lot of the time.
Absolutely, and one of my favorite chapters actually within the book is called Your First Attempt in Living, because first attempt in living actually stands for fail, right? So if we look past failing, it's truly our first attempt in living, and that's leaning into courage over comfort. Courage doesn't necessarily eliminate fear, but it absolutely moves you through it. That if you go into something with a resilient mindset, you are already closer to your goal. After going through the Harvard Leadership Training Program, I recognized that every single one of us here as a leader has a purpose. And depending what we choose to do with that purpose, we always have the opportunity when things go awry to find a solution. And when we lean into leadership, sparking ownership, we see the fact of the matter that business obviously grows, that contracts get renewed, jobs get done properly, and then when we mentor one another and recognize the impact that we can have in that, well, the opportunities are really endless. Ownership gives teams the edge. So when pressure arises, own it. And when clarity fades, which obviously it does from time to time, you gotta own it, right? And then when leadership requires courage, what do we gotta do? We gotta own it. And at the end, that ultimately is your competitive edge, which every single one of you are in this room for today. The fact of the matter is that resilience is not built through comfort. It's built through adversity. Show up like it matters? Nah, forget that. Show up because it matters.